Today's tip is, when is it time to move? Hi, it's me, Linda Burhans, the guy who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned. I get this question all the time in my support groups. When is it time to move my loved one into a memory care facility? It's a hard question, and it's not easy to think about that transition from independent living. But dementia and Alzheimer's disease progress over time. Most family members aren't equipped to be able to take care of someone with this form of disease. At some stage, people with dementia need round-the-clock care. The best thing I always say to my caregivers is your loved one safe? And how do you feel? Memory care could be the best, safest, and least stressful option. There are no specific rules or guidelines about when, but like I say, when you're at your wit's end and you can't see straight anymore, it might be time for you or your loved one to go into a community. There are many different options. I suggest before you do this, you might want to try out some adult daycare or something like that at first, because that kind of eases them into it. Also, many communities will give you some respite care, so they could go there for a couple of weeks and see, how it works out. And sometimes, after that 2 weeks of respite care, the caregiver decides they may just stay there. It might be the best place for them. So if they're at home and they're not paying their bills anymore and they're not taking care of their personal hygiene, there's not a lot of good food in the refrigerator, and it's just all unsafe, they shouldn't be alone, and maybe they can't be with you. So it might be time to think about what the other options are. Once again, I always hope that you have these discussions before it gets to be a crisis situation, because if you can do that, it'll make the transition a whole lot easier. And one more thing. Many times when my caregivers decide that they are going to do this, and they move their loved one into a community, and they go there a few days later and they see their loved ones having a grand old time, and then they're heartbroken. So many times it's the issue of the caregiver, not the person that needs the care. I know it's tough, but you want them to be safe, and I want you to be okay, caregivers. Tune in next week for another tip brought to you by Arden Courts, where all they do is memory care. And have a delicious day.